Well, g'day tubes. Welcome to question and answer number 23. I think we're out here now. Holy, 23. Where has the shows gone? So let's get to our email, which is in the description, and I think I put it in the title usually too. If you want to send a question or pictures of, like I say, whatever you're doing, or you know, if you've got a project going or whatever you guys are up to, send her into there and we'll put her on the show. So anyways, we've got quite a few here to do, and it looks like May 9th is our first one from Braden. He says, why don't you get one of these for trimming around the gravestones? He's got a link here. Let's have a look. I think I know where you're going with this. Oh yes, it's one of them weed whacker things on whatchamacallit. So I think the problems would be with that is it's not maneuverable enough, if you know what I mean. You'd be doing too much of this rolling stuff all the time and not be able to get in between the stones. I got some stones that are like right tight together, right? So you wouldn't kind of get in. So it's just as easier with the handheld trimmer. That's what I've always kind of used. But that would be good for like something like fence posts along a fence line at a farm or something. But for me here, it's too much fine tuning, I guess we'll say. Fine tuning or fine something. I can't think of the right word, but fine detail maybe. So yeah, but that's a good idea. And I don't even know if RTSC would sell anything like that. So yes, but anyways, he says all parts and oil should be easy to get. But yeah, actually ours, I don't know, you know, if we sell anything like that here. But thanks, Braden, for selling it in. It's good. It's a good thought. Just it's not, and you know, our trimmers too. They have like the little loop to hold, like the strap that goes around your shoulder. I think it would still be like you'd be like this trying to move, instead of just moving your arms in and out. You'd be like moving your whole body. You'd probably hurt your back and wreck things pretty quick. But I never used a strap on mine either, because I get, you know, these going, and that's all I need. So, but anyways, next one here is from Ethan. Ethan's emailed me quite a bit here. What's Dilly been doing? So my son Dylan, what's he been doing now these days? He's not been on the channel for a very long time. I'm just asking what he's doing nowadays. So, well, he's been doing some co-op with me, and co-op is like a job placement for students kind of thing. So he's been out trimming with me and weed whacking and stuff, and mowing and stuff, and doing burials with me. He actually dug his first, I was there with him still, but he dug his first grave the other day all by himself, and he did really well. There's a lot to it, you know. It's just not, oh, let's go dig a hole and away we go. No, you got to get it in the right spot, and you got to do the right depth, and you know, round stones. It's just pretty delicate work. So that's what he's been doing. Other than that, not too much. Just hanging around. So hanging around and costing me money. No, I'm just kidding. He's a good kid. Anyways, hopefully that answers that question. The next one here is from Austin. It says, hi Bill, Austin from Illinois. I have a few questions for you. Why not get a commercial zero turn for mowing instead of using a tractor? So the tractor we've got is kind of multi-purposed. It's for mowing, obviously, and pulling my big dump trailer. Zero turn wouldn't do that for me, so I'd have another machine, kind of having to look after another machine all the time. And I got my little zero turn more for up here, or overflow for cutting back in the cemetery if we need it, or we've been helping the neighbor quite a bit too. So I'd like a bigger zero turn, honestly, but I just don't have room for it. So I'm pretty much right to capacity now with everything, so I got no room left. He says, I had a John Deere 2025R with a 60-inch mower, and now I have a John Deere Z915E, which is a zero turn. And it cuts my time in half. I know it does, like major, even between like my tractor and my zero turn. It's like night and day difference. It's a narrower deck, yes, but the time it takes for you to come to the end of the row and turn around and back up and turn around and get lined up again, you're already like halfway up that row. So yeah, it's like amazing how much time it saves. I should have had one of those like years ago, but you know, use what I had, right? Use what I was given. So Although sometimes more seat time on the tractor is fun. He has in brackets here. Question 2, will you bring back the oil change video series? I don't really have anything else to kind of change, as in, you know, like vehicles. I did my wife's car the other day, but it is so cramped into there. I'm like, I've got no room to get a camera underneath. But I'll tell you, I really do not like Toyota and their stupid little oil cap thing that you gotta unscrew and have a special tool for that to grab that and take it off, and then there's just like a cartridge filter on the inside you change. But I mean, really, come on now, like, really? It's so stupid. But I got that special tool for it, and we did a change there not too long ago. I kind of let her car go a little longer than I should have, but it came out pretty dark, we'll say. But anyways, didn't use any, which is good, so that's a good thing. What else have I got to change oils on? Not really too much more. I did the slingshot too, and it's even worse than the car friggin' in there. I can barely fit sitting on the ramps. It's terrible. So I did that too, because I didn't do it last year. We didn't really drive it a whole lot last year, so it's actually was like a 2-year oil change on it. So I did it this year too, and it seems fine, but it's so tight under that thing. It's so stupid. Now I do have hopefully a video coming up in the next little while for a little upgrade on the slingshot. I got some better headlights, like not the actual light pod thing, but the actual light that goes in. I went to LEDs. They're supposed to be a lot better. So I found that with my trucks anyways, changing over from regular crappy halogen crappy things to the LEDs is like night and day difference. And you guys know I probably have around those lights, the headlights, I've got the ring lights that are like the tricolors, and they do a whole bunch of different designs and stuff. I actually ordered the, it's here now, I have to find time to do it. I ordered the underglow kit too for that same system. So, something is bothering me for that system. So, one of these days I got to get it up on a stand again and jack the back up, I guess, put some jack stands under it to keep her safe. And clean all the rails underneath and stuff where these light strips are supposed to stick to. So it's going to be a lot of work and a little bit of wiring. It's all plug and play, but getting everything in the right spot, it's going to kind of suck. What I should probably do though is get some of those, get it all cleaned, all the tubes. I'm getting off topic here, but get all the tubes and clean underneath, and just get some wire ties or something just to hold them, and then get it all positioned, and then get it all hooked up, make sure it all works. Before you get them stuck on too. And peel and stick, away you go. So that'll make it look pretty cool at night. But there's one thing I want to do with that. I'm kind of getting off topic here, I know. One thing I wanted to do with it is somewhere put in a switch that I can turn those on and off separately from the actual ring lights, because I kind of like running them for a little bit extra headlight kind of stuff, right? Or viewing light, we'll say. So that's kind of the plan. Whenever I get to it, I don't know. It's been so friggin' hot here. Like 3 and a bit weeks ago we had sleet, and now like all of a sudden it's like 32 degrees today with like humidity. It was just friggin' terrible. I'm so tired today. I can probably see it. We did some trimming, Dylan and I, this morning, and we walked like 7.5 kilometers trimming, so I'm beat. So if I fall asleep, you know why. But anyway, sorry, got away from your questions there. My bad. Got running away. So bring back the oil change video series. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to change. I mean, we've done the truck, we've done the tractors, the zero turn. I think we've done the Mini X, the backhoe, the little green tractor. I don't really have much more to do for automotive stuff like that. So really probably should change the oil in the 2N again, because that oil pan really needs to come off and get cleaned too. But that's like a huge major disassembly. That's a terrible design on that thing from the day. But anyways, number 3 here, does Dylan want or have his own car of his own? He probably would like a Ferrari. I'm sure if Dad would buy him a Ferrari, he'd be like happy for a while, but that's not happening. Never, probably. He's aged enough to get his license, but right now with the COVID stuff, he's kind of, I don't really want to do that right now. And same with my daughter. She's 18. She could get a license now too if she wanted to, but she's the same. She just doesn't want to really bother with it right now, and kind of until things are kind of cleared up, right? But they both drive around the back and stuff. If we got to close up at night or something, they both drive around and seem to be pretty good so far. So anyways, but they haven't had any school or anything open here, right, for driving school. So what kind of car he would want, I don't know. I really don't know. It's up to him, I guess. So Number 4, any upcoming mods on the slingshot? Well, it's not funny, I just said that. The lights, it's coming up. I just took mine out for the first... Oh, we got a slingshot too. I just took mine out for the first time a few weeks ago. Finally warm enough. Yeah, I know, it took a while, didn't it? Same here. They're fun, looking for some cool mods, see pictures. There's a lot of good websites, but oh man, if you're paying US prices for stuff, look out, it's terrible. So he's got a picture of some of his toys. Oh, he's got a John Deere filter too, and a motorcycle, and a nice old, what kind of truck is that? Chevrolet, ooh, nice. Oh, what did I do there? That's not good. Oh, hang on, there, okay. So I don't know if I can get all in here. So there's his slingshot. Very nice. Nice workshop too, wish I had a nice one like that. Chevy truck, and I'm not sure what kind of bike that is, but let's see here. Picture's a little blurry, I can't really tell. No, so I can't tell. Nice bike though. Very nice. John Deere thing in the back there. I liking that, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, we've had our car out of slingshot a few times. I just get so busy right now, you know. I'm working like I say, we walked like 7.5 kilometers today. I'm so freaking beat. That's the kind of last thing I want to do is go out and a car ride, right? So, usually more and more on the weekend kind of stuff. Oh, what did I do in here now? Oh, I messed it up. Hang on, I got to reopen the mail app here now. I think I messed it up. Oh, I did. How'd I do that? It's like all the lettering is huge now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew. Whew. I thought I wrecked it. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, sir. Oh, why is it not loading now? What the heck did I do to the thing? I didn't do anything. It sometimes doesn't like when I zoom in on pictures and stuff, but it sometimes has a bit of a meltdown, I think. Okay, there we go. So Austin, hopefully that answers your questions, and that's nice. Thanks for sending the pictures in too. That's really cool. So next one is from Isaiah. When did you start your YouTube channel, and what was your first video experience like? Boy, oh boy, I didn't really speak too much. I didn't really know what to say way back then, you know. It's like, I think I did a video on one of my old engines maybe or something. It was one of the first ones. Oh, that's going back a while now, 2006-ish, around there. That's a good question because I don't remember myself. I'd have to look that up. But first video experience was, yeah, I had to get more confidence, I guess, talking to the camera. I think I got a little bit now, more than I had before, but I had to get a bit more experience, and I guess, and a little more confidence, and then it wasn't too bad. So, well, thank you, sir, for sending that in. Next one is from Mark. It says, hi, Bill. Oh, geez, what happened there? Oh, the picture loaded and then made the font go tiny. So I'm squinting to read. Hi, I don't want to zoom it in because it might mess it up. It says, hi, Bill, my dad is no longer with us. Oh, that's sad. Know what you're going through. I want to sell his rototiller. Do you know what I should ask on Kijiji for it? Han Power Boy, 5 horsepower from the late 60s or 70s. Or Han, maybe. So that's a picture of it. Little tiller. Well, depends what shape it's in, I suppose. If it runs, you know, you might get 50 bucks, 100 bucks. It might be worth more sentimental for you to keep it, though. I mean, if you don't need it, you don't need it, but something that was your dad's, you know, if you got room for it, hang on to it, right? So he's got some other little pictures here too. A little tiller. Might be a good little restoration project too for you. I think you can still get those 5 horsepower stickers, like a decal for it. A Han, or Han, huh. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before, but yeah, I don't know what you'd get for it. All depends on its, if you wanted to sell it, I don't, you know, if you find the right person that wanted to buy it. You're probably going to get lowballed though, guarantee on that. Usually what happens. But good luck with that. Thanks for sending that in. Next one is from Jamie Meek, and I'm not reading that one. No, not reading it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing you. Wondering when you're going to get the John Deere AR back out. I love that tractor. Well, I had plans of doing my tractor show, my own personal tractor show, which I guess we could still do. I just don't have the hood on the 800 right now yet, because I got a few more things I want to do to it yet. Potentially pulling the head off and checking the valves. Kind of think I want to do that and see how they're looking, and seeing if I'm getting some blow-by and maybe a potential ticking noise from maybe a bad valve guide or something. So I gotta check all them, take them all out, get all the springs. It's a lot of disassembly. Gotta take the tank all off, and the brackets that mount to the tank, that mount to the actual head and all that area down there. I gotta take all that off, and then it's a lot of work. But I want to check the valves before I get her kind of buttoned up, because something is weird. I'm getting some blow-by. I want to check the pistons, of course, too. You'll be able to check them, wiggle them, and get them down a little bit, and pour a little bit of... We used, I think, WD-40 on my dad's tractor there, and you can see how, leaked by real fast while the rings are screwed. I could have a ring problem. Might have to even take it apart further. I just got some parts in today for it. I got basically all new valves and new guides for it, even though it may not need them, but I thought, well, while we got it off, might as well refresh it up a little bit, right? See what else it needs while we got her apart. But yeah, I'm hoping to get it soon. Maybe I'll do the tractor show with the lid off it anyways. Maybe put the lid beside it so you know what it looks like. Get all my old girls all lined up, and we'll do a little show. Get my 2 engines out and maybe get them fired up. I haven't had them go for 4 years since the, at least since the last, when the heck was that? 4 years ago, I think we had the fall fair last year. So we didn't have it last year. We're not having it this year. What happened the year before? I can't, maybe it was 3, I don't remember. It's been 3 or 4 years anyway since they ran well, that was the Wolseley ran a bit there, but the actual hit and miss, the Empire engine, he doesn't ran for probably 5 or 6 years, so it'll probably fire up right away it goes, but they're so bloody simple, you know, there's nothing to them. Just keep a good charged battery at it and away you go. But anyways, hopefully soon. So thanks, Jamie, for sending that in. Braden again. Oh, Braden. Says, hi Bill, I will make this quick, but if you had to bulldoze your house and start over, what features would your house have, and would it have a secret room or something? And down in Pigeon Forge there is a diner with 3 tractors and outside of it. Oh, that's cool. What would I do if I bulldozed my house? I don't really know. The layout of our house isn't too bad. Never showed the inside of our house because, you know, it's kind of like a private thing. You don't really show that, right? I mean, you've seen downstairs in my little building or area downstairs, but our house isn't really that big, so a little bit bigger might be nicer. More area for storing stuff, like more cupboards and or closets. Maybe like we've got 1, 2 closets and then a like a pantry kind of thing, but it's like literally like 2 feet deep. It's not very much, so you can't store anything in that house. It's terrible. If you have a lot of items in a house like that and you have nowhere to store it, it's you can't help but clutter stuff, right? I mean, that's what happens. You got nowhere to store it. There's like no storage in that house. It's basically a 2-bedroom house with 1 room was initially set up for like the living room for the occupants of the house, and there's a identical room on the east side of the house that was actually the office for the cemetery at one time, but now they've got the new office way down there now, and we got it's actually my bedroom in there now, so our bedroom, and we still have like the living room, dining room kind of area, and then the kids have their own room, and then 1 bathroom for 4 people that 2 kids seem to poop an awful lot, so it's hard to have a restful poop, and they're like, I gotta go. Oh my gosh. If you know what I mean. If you live in a house with more than 2 people and you only have 1 bathroom, it sucks. So, but anyways, we make do. But there's some pictures of the tractors, and then there's a picture of a big rooster and a tractor. Looks like a farmall, and another one. outside of the restaurant, I suppose. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Braden, for sending that in. That's really interesting. Never been asked that question before. What would I build? Definitely probably put on a garage. And probably, I think we'd do maybe another 500 or 600 square feet would be nice. Maybe one more bedroom. Could actually, because like all my computer stuff's downstairs. And, you know, my wife's got all her knitting stuff and all her sewing stuff and everything's all upstairs, which is good for her. All my stuff has to be all downstairs, which is, you know, cold and damp and, yeah, it's not the greatest, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the house is not too bad as it is, but, I mean, sure, you can improve things a lot. But, anyways, next one is from, I think it's Wyatt. It says, hey Bill, I was wondering what got you into farm machinery and if you plan on getting other equipment in the future. Thanks, from Wyatt. What got me into farm stuff? I guess I've always liked tractors. Living in town, we never really, I mean, we knew people that owned farms, but, you know, we never went out to their farms. Can I just drive your tractor? We never did anything like that. So, I mean, living in town, it was kind of, you know, you lived in town. There's no tractors. Any kids that grew up on a farm and got to play with tractors, they don't know how lucky they are if they enjoy it. I guess my stepdad, because he was grew up on a farm as a kid and helping out. He's always had an interest in it, and he has helped friends of his through the years, you know, doing some hay or whatever and stuff, but he's never actually had his own farm or anything like that himself. But it's just a little taste of it, you know. That's all we can actually get now. So farm land up here is so bloody expensive. Like, I don't know how you'd buy it and be able to make it do anything now. It's just ridiculous up here for land now. So but you know, we get the plow days and we take some of our old junk to some of these shows. We used to anyway, not too much anymore, but we used to. And I just had an interest in it. I guess seeing, you know, for say we'd go to the shows and I'd stop and watch some of the tractor pulls. I like tractor pulls, you know. And I was always intrigued with the John Deere AR stuff, or the D even, where the thing would be just like bang, 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 and it's still freaking pulling. The torque on it was just stupid. I've always loved that, so that's kind of why I got one. Found one that was fairly cheap, needed a little bit of work, not too bad, needs a little bit more here and there, and I've loved it. You know, I don't really use it for anything, but I love to get a plow for it. I would have loved to plow my field with it out here, but something else to store. More storage. Anyways, hopefully that answers your question. That's sort of why I'm interested in it, I guess, from just being at the shows and stuff like that, but mostly rooted, I guess, from my stepdad kind of thing. So, next one is from Austin. What is your favorite place to go with the camper? I'm at Evergreen Lake Campground in Pennsylvania. If you have go there from Austin, okay, I don't know what you mean, but anyways, we don't really have a lot of campgrounds around here, and right now with the COVID stuff, since they've reopened kind of stuff a bit for that, it's like ridiculous. Stuff is so overbooked. Like, you'll never get a spot probably for like the next 5 years here. But I mean, we've been to a place a couple of times that's an hour, and towing a trailer is probably almost 2-hour drive from here, on the west side of Ontario, which is, it's a nice little spot, but you gotta kind of like that campground life too, I guess. We go a lot with our friends just out at their parents' place out here. They have a place outside of town here, and it's enough room for our setup, you know. We just go for like a long weekend or something, but our kids are like pretty much internet dependent, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like, wow, you can't be away for like a weekend without some kind of device going or watching or playing something. Like, oh my God. So I don't know, the kids just don't grow up like they did when I was a kid. So it's not the way it was, that's for sure. But, so, you know, you get into a couple of days and all of a sudden there's a bunch of complaining, oh, it's bored here, nothing to do. Oh my gosh. So, I don't know. We just don't really go too far right now anyway. So, hopefully that answers your question, sir. So, we're in the May 13th area now. This is from Hoopy, I think the name is. I don't know if that's your real name or not, but anyways, Hoopy. Hey Bill, this is Earl. Okay, so Earl. I don't know where I got Hoopy from, but that's what it says when it comes through. This is Earl from Southern Illinois. Let me start by saying I love your videos and I've watched for years. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have a FS90. Ooh, I got one of them too. Still like yours. Oh yeah, like mine. And had it about 11 years. That's good. They only rate those for 400 hours on those engines. Do you know that? 400 hours. So that lasts me technically about 4 years. Because I put about 100 hours a season on one of them, roughly, depending on how much the grass grows too, right? If it grows a bunch now, we'll say, then, you know, July, August is like burnt right off. Well, I'm not really running it, right? So, but yeah, they're only rated for 400 hours, believe it or not. I've got mine that's probably got about 600 hours on it though, and it's running pretty good still, so surprised. Just keep a little bit extra oil in it. Use the still oil too. It's good stuff. Anyways. It's been a real workhorse for me. That's good. It's making a sound like a bearing or something going out down at the head. Ooh, have you cleaned it? I believe maybe they don't. I thought they come apart, but I'm looking at my one up here. I don't think they come apart. But there is a couple of gears in there. You might have a gear worn out. There's bearings in there too. Bearing, I've greased it, but it didn't help at all. Have this happened before? No, you know what? And honestly, I've had, I think in my career, about 3 of those FS90s. And for some weird reason, I don't know why, I wanted to see if I could wear a shaft out because they were supposed to have a lifetime warranty. Check into that. I don't know if they still offer that or not, but they had a lifetime warranty on their shafts from breaking or something. So you might take it to a dealership and ask them about that, or call them or something and say, I heard there was something about a lifetime warranty, and see what if they give you any excuses. Oh no sir, there wasn't. But I know there was because my buddy worked at a steel dealership in town here, and that's what he told me. So anyways, so what I did was I wanted to see if I could wear, so the first one, it wore out, I guess, or I don't know, it stopped running. I gotta have it running good. I can't be screwing with settings all the time on the carburetor and messing with valves on it, so I gotta have it running good because, you know, I can't be sitting there messing with stuff all the time when I'm trying to trim grass. So once they sort of started to kind of act a bit weird, about 4 years, maybe 5 years, I just get a new one. And I'd take the shaft off the old one, the first one, and put it on the second one and save the other shaft. I think I've got maybe 1 or 2 down there now that are still like brand new. I could send you one, but it would probably cost you a lot more to get it to you than just going to buy a new one down there or another machine. Shipping is stupid now, my God. Anyways, so yeah, I kept it going. I think we're still running that same original shaft and it's still running fine. Now, I did get a new trimmer. I got an FS111. Was my last newest one I got. They didn't seem to have the 90s anymore, which I thought was weird. And you can definitely tell when you spin the head on the new one, it and stops, where the old one kind of spins maybe a revolution and then stops. So yeah, it's probably getting wore out too. So, but that's had a lot of spinning, you know. That's a lot of torque on them, and then hitting stuff hard and then stopping it, slowing it, you know. So it's amazing it actually lasts that long. Yeah, so he's greased it. I haven't had mine do that before. I'm trying to decide if I want to fix it or get an FS131 with the bike handlebars. Do you have a 131? Yeah, I got the combi one. I think it's a 130 or something like that. In and around there somewhere. I know I've done a few videos on it, setting the valves on that. Not when I don't use a whole lot. That's more for like my, if I got to do some heavier brush cutting or something. Because the smaller ones, they're all right, but you just basically hit something, it's like, you know, with the 130, you just go pshing right through it, like awesome. So that one I don't really use it a whole lot, but if the grass did get really, really heavy back there, I'd probably put the line head on it and then go nuts. But it's pretty hard on gas too, that big 130. So yes, I do have one, but I have the combi one, which is like the split shaft with, you can put all the different attachments on it. So good luck with that. Let me know what you find out, but try asking about that lifetime warranty. It might be covered. Hard to say, but they'll probably try to get out of it. But I know at one time, because my buddy there, he worked at the dealership and he was like, oh yeah, you got this good trimmer, it's got a lifetime warranty on the shaft. I'm like, oh, that's good to know. So I'm like, okay. So, and I never had a problem with mine. So yeah, anyways, there's a little greaser guy on the side. I guess you said you greased it. There's a little screw you take off and you just pump a little bit in there to the gears. And to be 100% perfectly honest, I've never greased any of mine. Just drive on. I've never had a problem with mine. So if you happen to get moisture in yours somehow though, that could do some damage inside. That'll wreck a bearing pretty quick. So it looks like he sent me another one, and this is May 13th. Hey Bill, Earl again, just thought you might like to know what stills I currently own. Oh, this would be good. Okay, here we go. I have a FS90R, which I think we spoke about, weed eater, an FS56C edger, a BR350 backpack blower. I can't remember what model my blower is. It's not up here right now, but I've got a backpack too, and I really like it. It's good. MM56 Yard Boss tiller, and the weed eater attachment with it as well, and an HSE52 hedge trimmer. I have bought, used and sold an FS55 REZ trimmer and BG50 blower. I think that's the handheld, I believe. I think I've got one of those too, the little handhelds. It's pretty good. And an MS170 chainsaw, all of which are still in use. That's good. Just thought you might like to know. That's awesome. Well, thanks for sending that in, Earl. That's great. Like your still stuff, just like me. So Evan says, well, people do die in the winter. Yes, they do. Unfortunately, a lot more than I'd like them to. How is it digging graves in the winter? And what is the technique for digging frozen ground? Okay, well, frozen ground is not fun. There's a lot of, it's going to sound weird, but there's a lot of really different frozen ground. There's like a really hard frozen ground. There's a moisture frozen ground. There's a soft frozen ground. It's really weird. Most times, about 80% of the time up here though, we get a layer of snow. And it usually stays, hopefully, before we get like a good freeze. So that keeps the frost out. So what I do is basically the morning of kind of thing. I'll go out and clear all the snow off and get everything in there and start digging it. And it's usually just like digging in the summer if we've had a good layer. Now, if we don't have a good layer, I do have like a hood thingy, insulated hood thingy that goes over the grave length, and I can put my tiger torch in the end, propane tiger torch, and heat the ground up. But if we get over a foot of frost, I usually shut down for the winter, because like it does like an inch an hour thawing. So you think about 12 inches of frost, a foot of frost, well, that's like a long time to stand out there, because you got to stand out there with it, right? You got to be out there with it. So that sort of sucks. Some really cold, crappy, I'm going to say shitty days, pardon me, out there doing this crap. And but most times you can clear it and dig it. And I've got ripper tooth for the backhoe. I think there's a video of on the channel of building that. Ripper tooth for, you know, like one tooth to, you know, rip through it and then bust out chunks. Most times, so you can get it started, bang, 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 and then get through it, start ripping at it, and then once you start chipping chunks, it breaks off pretty good. It's just like it's like a piece of chocolate, we'll say. So you take a knife or something, you start scraping the chocolate, it's just exactly like that. So it's like, it's really hard, but it's really hard in the machine too. So that's why if it's, you know, much over a foot, I'll just say, no, we're done. We're just store them for winter. We'll do it in the spring. So, and I think it was year before last, I was open all last winter. Year before last, I think I shut down. I believe the winter before I was open. The year before that, we had like over 3 feet of frost. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna dig that. So yeah, that's sort of my technique anyways. Frost sucks, so it's terrible. So the next one is from Kathy. I don't get many people that are female sending me questions, so that's kind of cool. What the heck? Where's the melons? Plant some crimson sweet watermelons. You're missing out. I know, but I planted a bunch of pumpkins and a bunch of spaghetti squash this year, and that's, I think, going to take over the rest of my garden whenever it takes off. Now, I haven't shown you, but I'll do it I do it on Sundays. I do the garden updates on Sundays. Something big just flew in here. The door's closed. I do garden update on Sundays, and we got a pile of horse and alpaca manure up there. I was going to put on the garden, but it just didn't look broke down enough to me. I'm like, I don't know if I want to put that in yet. That might make her too strong. in there. So it might not have because there's enough soil there. But what I did, I left it piled up at by the hill here, and we had some gourd seeds. Put them in, and there was quite a thing on them for germination. They had to be like 27 degrees all the time or it'll never germinate. I'm like, ooh, look out, really? So I just stuck some seeds in the hill, and I looked today, and oh, hang on a sec here. I looked today, and lo and behold, they're starting to come up. So what the heck, eh? There's some more. It's like showing the kids. Gourds, never grown gourds before. There's some that are just barely coming up. And there's another one. Maybe I showed you that one already. So I'm like, ooh, and this is what was on my steering wheel today. Look at this guy. See my steering wheel, black steering wheel? All right, I got a zoomed in more picture. Look at him, her, ladybug. Kind of creepy looking. Anyways, so crimson melons. Oh, that's an interesting idea though. But I did have some of these, what they call cucamelons, and they're like little wee things like this that look like a little watermelon. I don't know if you just eat the whole thing or what. Talk about genetically modified though. But anyways, I don't know if we got any of them planted. They want you to start them inside because they take like a long time apparently to grow. So I don't think we even bothered this year with them. But anyways, we've got, if you watched the garden video from last week, I showed you kind of the first starting stuff, the corn and stuff. By all the stakes we put sunflowers in, and holy cow, they're up like this already. I couldn't believe it. We saw it tonight. I'm like, what the heck? But they're supposed to grow like 14 to 17 feet, so they're going to grow pretty quick. So that'll be something that the squirrels probably won't leave alone once they're up and ready to go. They'll probably be all over them. But anyways, thank you for your question. Next one here is May 18th from Evan. Oh, I guess this is coming from the screening thing. So, this one may be more complicated than the one you want to make for screening out my rocks out there. But it's an idea. Hope you're having a great day. Talk soon. Yes, so this is a thing that goes on an excavator, and you scoop it, and then it spins the whole thing. He sent a video here. I'll see if I can get that going here. Okay, they're just setting this up. So that's it going there. So he scoops it, and then it kind of screens it out as it's going, right? I don't know if I need anything that sophisticated, but that would be good because it keeps it tossing and turning. Otherwise, I'm going to have to scoop up stuff with a bucket with a screen in it and just kind of keep doing that, right? It might be kind of hard on the machine. So good idea though, Evan. I do like that, but that looks like it's probably going to be quite a build. I don't know if I can get the parts and stuff for that right now. Okay. So I don't know who this is from because there's no name. It says, hi Bill, I have a question. Do you think you can do a pulling tractor that pulls the transfer sled for a mod of the week if you can find one? If you can't or don't want to, that's fine. Love your videos and have a great day. I'm gonna have to look for that. I never actually thought of looking. I don't know, you know, if that would be something that would work for a mod. That'd be interesting though, wouldn't it? Tractor pulls, put big butt on that feller and just let her rip the paint right off it maybe. Good idea. I'll double check on that, see if I can find something. I have never noticed anything like that before, but okay, we are up to, I think it was today actually, the last one here for today is another, oh, Jim from New Jersey. So I don't know why the text is so small on this one, but it says, good day Bill, can you tell me how you made your potato gun more important? How do you get the barbecue sparkler igniter installed? Thanks, love the videos. Jim from New Jersey. Okay, potato gun, let me grab one here. So, I do a video on building one of these, but I don't think YouTube would probably like that too much. But, whoa, I almost knocked you over too. Look out. So, potato gun is pretty simple. It's just basically your plumbing pipes in your house. And a 3 to 1.5 inch reducer, piece of 3-inch pipe, and this drain clean out thing at the end. That's where you fill her and put your propane in there, kind of thing, right? So this stuff I used, I believe it was a 2-part mixing glue stuff, like an epoxy glue. and drill a hole just the size of your sparker. I think I had to kind of, you know, file a little bit. This stuff files real easy. You got to get something that's safe for plastic though. You could maybe use the glue for like the ABS glue here, but I don't know if it would not maybe interact with the plastic. So once you get her in there, you got to make it look like a little spark plug or it won't work. I'll show you what I mean. I don't know if you can see in there too well. See the little, let me get a light here, hang on. Looks like I got a bazooka. Look how bluey. Okay, so see the little spark plug looking thing in there? You got to make sure you put that little wire on there and then glue that right onto the little electrode there. Let's see if we can get a better zoom here. There, that might help. So you see I've got it all glued on and then it's kind of attached to the little electrode on there. So when you hit your button, she sparks. Let's see if we can get a better view there. Oh, I gotta get it darker. There you go. That's really loud on the ear. Oh my gosh! Whoa! Wrong way. So that's how you ignite it. That's how I worked on mine, and it worked great. And then you can do various barrel lengths. This is a short one. I think the first original one I made was probably about another 2 feet longer. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but this is definitely louder, we'll say, when it's short like that. But yeah, just make sure it's glued in real good, and you know, before you get it dried in there, just spark it a few times and make sure it's still working. I got one great big one over there, the big mother. I made it a 4-inch ABS down to I think 3-inch pipe, 4 to 3. I think it's a big one. It'll shoot Gatorade bottles. It's pretty awesome, like a long way. And the sparker's not great on it. I don't know why. So. But I don't really want to dig it all out and try again. But plumbing stuff, like one of these in Canada here now, for this pipe, this fitting's probably about $4. You can buy it's so stupid here because you can buy like a 12-foot length of this for almost the same price as like a 3-foot length. It makes no sense. It's like, really? You're charging me for cutting a piece? Really? Same with this 2-inch stuff, or 1.5 inches, whatever this crap is. 1.5 inches, I think. Yeah, it's just normal drain stuff. And then this part here is pretty expensive, but it's a sparker. The sparker kit's like $24 here. So by the time you get and you get all the pipe, you're almost into $50 for a bloody potato gun. It's ridiculous, but yeah. And then the bigger one, of course, even more than that, because that pipe's, we are so screwed in Canada here. It's like everything is so bloody expensive. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, hopefully that answers the question. Just make sure it's plastic safe kind of stuff, and I kind of gooped her in real good and make a little, you know, a little bit on the inside too, so if it ever did want to blow out, it would grab onto that and not blow your leg apart. I've never had one blow up on me. I just never want to use like acetylene and oxygen. That probably would blow it up. That stuff's like pretty darn lethal. Really lethal. So anyways, my phone was almost dead, so it's a good thing we're all done. So that is it for question and answer for today. So if you got a question, I'll give you an answer, hopefully, as best as I can. Send it to the email address in the description there, and we'll get you on the show. If you want to send, like I say, pictures of like your workshop or something like this, or projects you're working on, or anything like that, or your equipment, even if you want, that's cool. We'll put her on the show. But anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day. And I'm going to bed because I'm beat.